Hi there, George Merley here with Footwork Podiatric Laboratory. Today I'm reviewing some technologies that are useful for clinical gait assessment. In the past, clinical gait assessment was purely observational without the assistance of cameras and apps and plantar pressure sensors. However, today there's so many technologies that are available to assist the naked eye with clinical gait assessment, and many of us are only aware of a few of these technologies. So I've handpicked some old and new gadgets that are used for clinical gait assessment, and I'll discuss the pros and cons of each of these. The first is video gait analysis with the assistance of an app on a tablet or a smartphone. Now, this is perhaps one of the most popular methods for assisting clinical gait analysis. Video is collected from at least two cameras, one from the sagittal plane, the other from the frontal plane. The video footage can then be analysed on tablet or smartphone using one of many apps. The popular ones include Coach's Eye, Dartfish, and UberSense. So here we see footage captured during treadmill running. Now, using the Coach's Eye app, we can review this person's gait in slow motion. We can draw lines and measure angles. Now, this type of technology is best used for reviewing the gait assessment with your client to show them how their gait looks in playback. It may also be useful for gait retraining, for example, illustrating the loading pattern of foot contact, the position of the foot relative to the pelvis, and calculating things like cadence with the stopwatch feature in Coach's Eye. However, this type of technology does not closely articulate with the process of identifying known risk factors for injury, nor the effective interventions such as foot orthoses and footwear. So please be aware of the long list of limitations. The most expensive component in this setup are the treadmill and the camera, and the cheapest component is the $6 app. Now, the next piece of gadgetry worthy of discussion is the in-shoe plantar pressure measuring system. You may have heard of the F-scan and PEDAR insole systems, which are used to collect and measure plantar pressure loads between the foot and the shoe. Other variations of these devices include the MAT-scan and eMed systems, which are pressure mats used to record barefoot pressure distributions in static and dynamic conditions. However, it's the pressure insoles which have the most compelling application to clinical gait analysis. First, you can screen your client's plantar pressure distribution and evaluate areas of relatively high and low pressure, or do something more sophisticated like analyze center of pressure. These pressure variables have a good evidence base across multiple populations, including those with high-risk feet and those with musculoskeletal injuries. I think the best part is the application of the insoles to the prescription of foot orthoses, because it's the ability to systematically design, evaluate, and modify your client's foot orthoses, which make this a really useful application. However, all of this comes at a cost. You won't get a lot of change from $20,000 once the hardware, software is installed, and after you've trained your staff and brought them up to speed with operating the equipment and evaluating the output. But this is an exceptional assessment and evaluation system for your clients and something worthy of consideration. I want to finish with discussing an emerging technology in the biomechanics and orthotics space. How would you like to be able to obtain an indirect measure of arch deformation or change in arch bend or pressure in footwear and with foot orthoses? Well, this technology has already arrived. It arrived a few years ago in the form of stretch sensors, and already you can buy a stretch sensor online. Using this device, which will set you back about $800 roughly at the moment, I think $800 US, you can obtain immediate data feedback via Bluetooth on your smartphone or tablet. So these wearable sensors are designed to unobtrusively measure large and small strains, transmit the data accurately and instantaneously to a Bluetooth-enabled device. And there's already been published studies that have applied the stretch sensor technology for tracking movement of the navicular with walking and running, both over ground and using treadmills. However, we're going to need some large-scale trials and patient outcome data before we can realise the validity and application of this technology. So there you have it, some hand-picked gadgetry used to assist with clinical gait analysis. There are many more out there, including integrated systems that come with hardware like treadmills. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've been inspired to add some gadgetry to your clinical gait analysis.